Hey, you guys, we're back again with Feed the Body. This is episode 3, and we have Mr. Ray Singleton here with us. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about what's going on in his life.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to talk about what new projects and stuff you're working on, what you have coming down the pipeline.
Okay.
And we're going to talk about your art, your motivations, all that good stuff.
All right.
Okay, so first, I want to start because, your voice is one of the most well-known things about you.
Oh, nice. Thank you.
So let's talk
Appreciate
about.
that.
You're welcome. Let's talk about your singing. So,
Yeah. I've been singing for probably longer than I've been talking. My entire family has been baptized in music. My mom can sing, my aunts, my grandmother, my grandfather. The only people who can't sing in my family is my dad and my sister. That's my sister reminds us every family get together. We be in the room singing. She's somewhere else.
She took after your dad's side.
Yeah, yeah. So, but singing's been a part of my life, man. Growing up in the church, they put me on the children's choir, young adult choir. I'm 13 years old in the young adult choir. But yeah, it's just always been a part of my life.
Listen, growing up as a church kid is not for the faint of heart. It is not. I recently was going through some of my mom's boxes of old stuff that was my grandmother's.
Yeah.
And I found the program for one of our summer church revivals. I was like, this is the program. Why is it stapled together? And why is it this thick? But I looked at the menu and I was like, yeah. We were there for a long time. There was breakfast, lunch, dinner. Y'all want a snack.
That was the life, man. That's all I knew, though. That's all I knew. I didn't know anything else. I realized, I think 2 or 3 years ago, I hadn't been anywhere other than church on New Year's Eve.
See, we didn't even do church on New Year's Eve.
Really?
No, we stayed home.
Really?
Watched the ball drop, prayed, read scripture, and then rang it in together at home as a family. It was always that close nuclear family.
Yeah.
And then we went to bed.
Gotcha.
By 12:15, we'd had our greens, our black-eyed peas, our sparkling apple cider, and called it a night. Even to this day, I feel weird going out on New Year's. I'm like,
So we did watch night service at our church. Yeah. Are you familiar with?
I'm familiar.
Okay. Yeah.
I am glad we did not.
Yeah.
I'm glad that was not us. My Baptist preacher of a grandfather was like, we can be at home.
I got you.
We can be at home.
Okay. But yeah, that's my singing come from the church, and my family.
So, you've been singing longer than you've been talking.
Yeah.
So So now, do you only sing gospel?
No.
Or have we crossed over?
Yeah, I've always sang everything.
Okay.
I never. I never had to. I was never the gospel artist or the R&B artist. I just sang music. So
right.
I would be at the at the pub on Saturday night, at church on Sunday morning. It's just what it is. Yeah, you got.
It's not uncommon.
Hey, listen.
It's how a lot of the greats did it.
I still made it in the house.
Right.
I still made it in.
And that's what's important. I remember my mom told me, because she sang for the church choir, and then she had she was in a girl group in the in the 70s.
Okay.
And even to this day, but I was like, Mom, I can't imagine you singing secular music because all you sing is gospel. She was like, no, I sing secular music. We were in the car on the way to Hilton Head, and this woman started singing Beyonce Irreplaceable. It sounded like a hymn. I was like, Mom, never again. I was like, never again. Secular music is not for you. So it always,
church people go church it up, man. They go church it up.
So sometimes you can't make that. Some people can't make that conversion. And it's like, we're over here with the Lord, and that's where we gonna stay because some songs don't need the Lord in them. I am here for Him always being there.
Yeah.
But some songs
can do without.
Yeah. It's just not the right environment, but that's cool.
That's fair.
So speaking of music, do you have anything new coming up?
I am in the process of writing some more music. I actually have some unreleased, unwritten music. Well, I'm sorry, recorded. So I got like 5 songs written. I just got to get them produced. Want to do an EP by the end of the year. Yeah, so that's the.
Because we hitting on June.
Yeah, we almost there.
All right.
We almost there. So.
I'm ready
sometimes
for
I got to put these things into the atmosphere to hold myself accountable for it. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing.
If I don't tell people I'm gonna do it, I might
not
do
gonna
it. I'm gonna get tired.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get overwhelmed. I'm gonna be like, I didn't tell nobody.
So
now I gotta do it.
This is me practicing the techniques of manifestation, putting it out there. Yeah, this is what I want to do, and if I see it or hear it or say it to myself enough, eventually it's gonna come true.
And are you going to incorporate your work in the mental health sector in your music as well?
My work in the mental health sector.
Oh, yes, because we have Mental Health Mondays, and I keep hearing about them, and then I keep getting called out because people need me for their mental health, and it keeps me from Mental Health Mondays, which maybe I just need to send them your way and just be like, stop calling me.
Well, I want to say that you just made my title sound a lot more important than
Listen, I have a friend, Nikki Lynette, who she always did like alt black girl music. Like she was in the rock scene, she was in the hippie scene, goth scene, all of that in Chicago. And she went through a huge mental health crisis and has turned her music into her platform. So she's doing a play. She did a play. Yeah. Like they did a documentary about her play. It went to Sundance, all of this stuff. So it's something that I've always wondered a lot with artists is, do you sometimes combine your message and your motivation with your delivery? So in this case, your music and then all the other things that are important to you?
Most of the music I write about is love. Okay. And I would say that my work in the mental health sector, I literally just set up I do what my wife used to do. She used to set up her phone, and on Monday nights she would talk to the people.
You ain't gotta be a therapist to help folks.
She was just so that's all I see that I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Without putting that title on it. And I thank you for that because you solidified what I'm doing. Like I'm doing important stuff. Sometimes you gotta tell yourself that you're doing important stuff.
And I love the fact that more black men are getting into that mental health arena because I think there's an event June 11th. In Charlotte, and it's specifically for black men pertaining to mental health.
Oh, nice.
And I've always thought it was really important because when we do have the conversations about mental health, they do primarily focus on women. And we forget that our men have these huge mental health needs that 9 times out of 10 do go ignored. Yeah. And so I think it's always nice to have men and especially black men in that arena to show the other men that, hey, like it's okay. It's okay. Come on over here. We got this.
I enjoy it because literally it's just me being me. Like I've always been okay with being vulnerable, with being emotional, and I going through a traumatic episode in my life, a situation. My wife died 6 months ago. You know what I'm saying? Like I was thrust into this mental health world. Months? Yeah, May 15th was 6 months. It's crazy. It's crazy. No. 6 months, dog.
Because it's...
Yeah.
Like, I honestly, even before this, I'd only interacted with you guys in person once, and it was just her light and then your light with it. It
was too much.
No, it wasn't. It was perfect. It was perfect. Yeah. Because I saw y'all, and I was like, oh, shit. I was like, oh, shit, here they come. Here they come. And I was like... But then when I actually approached the two of you, it was like I can have a chill fangirl moment where it's like I'm not like, oh my God. Where it's like, okay, yeah, I can just have a conversation with these people. And y'all are just always were so genuine. And so when I heard the news, like I was just like, oh, that was crushing. 'Cause I was like, no.
Yeah, it was rough. It was rough. Yeah. So that's where my work in the mental health field comes in that. Like I know I have a responsibility now to help somebody else who is either going through what I'm going through or going to get there. The cancer battle, being a caregiver, like all that, man. It's tough. And the only way I got through it was God and some really good friends.
And that was the other thing. It was so interesting to me to see that, because I think the only other time that I had seen a black man be that soft, because there's a different softness and gentleness that comes with it, was my father with my grandmother when she was going through her battle. Like, I don't remember consciously ever hearing my dad call my grandmother anything, like not by her name, not mom, not anything like that. It was one of those, like, she just always knew when he was talking to her. Yeah. And so he didn't have to call her mom or anything. Yeah. But I was like around 9 or 10, and the first time I heard him call her Medea. And, you know, my dad's just a Alabama Southern black man. Okay. So Medea, but it always came out Medea. And I was just, that stuck with me, because it was such a soft moment for him, and it was beautiful to see.
Yeah. I mean, I had to be soft, man, because she was so hard.
She was funny.
Yeah, man. I had to be soft. She was hard as a rock. She was hard as steel, man.
Listen, that one was a firecracker.
Yeah.
And it was.
So now it's my responsibility to keep her legacy going. I'm in the process of starting a 501c3, a foundation for her called Rosalind's Roses. So I'll be doing some charitable events, fundraisers, helping out cancer patients, caregivers. When I was going through, when we were going through our fight, I realized there weren't a lot of resources for caregivers. Like, there's a lot of attention on the actual patient, but like the caregiver is going through it as well. So I want to be some kind of voice or resource to talk, to help somebody else out. Yeah, I'm doing that. I got a few other businesses I'm getting back rolling. I'm in the tax overage space.
Right.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun. Found out that by accident, actually. Well, obviously nothing happens by accident. Right. God is the master.
There are no coincidences.
He is the master architect. He puts you exactly where you need to be when you be there. So I was in a real estate webinar. I found out about this world. A lot of people don't know that they can still profit from a foreclosure. Let's say Dan owed $1,000 in taxes. He couldn't pay it. The government's going to come take his house and let's sell it at auction. Say it sells for $10,000. There's a difference of $9,000 that's owed. That's owed back to Mr. David because he was the homeowner. But the government makes a lazy attempt to tell him about that money, because if it sits unclaimed for a certain amount of years, they get to keep it. All this information is public record. I can look at a list. I can find his number. Hey, Mr. David.
And they pick a random address that he may or may not be at, but we sent a letter.
They sent it to the last address they had on file, which is the house you just lost.
House.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
You know.
Yeah. So I give away money for a living.
Nice.
And I charge a percentage of the funds as my finder's fee.
Okay.
What I'm finding out is a lot of us who are in those situations, you know what I'm saying, and don't understand what's happening.
Because a lot of folks don't understand those processes.
Yeah.
And a lot of folks aren't taught those processes because the people who are teaching them don't know those processes either.
Yep.
And so it is about getting out, educating, and letting people know that, hey, you might have something here that you didn't know about. Like, I didn't realize that my 401ks from previous jobs didn't just roll. So a few years ago, I was like, I have a 401k with Abercrombie and Fitch. What? What? I was like, I don't even remember, but there was something sitting in it. So I've got like...
That's good stuff, though.
I was like, when did that happen? I was like, no one told me that. Yeah. And they were like, no, it was in your paperwork. I was like, oh, my paperwork from 2006 when I was 17? Okay. Thanks, guys.
Appreciate the heads up, yeah.
I had no idea. I didn't even know I could, but okay.
Yeah. It's all information.
Yeah.
And once we get the information, the bottleneck of it, where it gets tensed up, is now you got to apply that information. Like there's a quote from Bruce Lee, willing is not enough, we must do. Like, you can't just be willing to do something. You got to actually put the action into it. And knowing is not enough, we must apply. Knowing the information is one thing, but actually in applying it to your life, that's where the victory, that's where the success comes in.
And I think that's the part people have the most trouble with, is the application.
Yep.
Because it's like, applying it means that I have to do something different.
Correct.
And it means that I have to do something that is potentially uncomfortable.
Like talking to a therapist, going into your mental health. Listen. I know that this process could potentially make me better, but I don't want to.
It's gonna hurt along the way. But you know what? I loved doing therapy virtually.
Oh, word.
Because no matter how much I liked my therapist, that drive in was always like, yeah, I'm gonna have to explain to my therapist why I did that thing that I knew I wasn't supposed to do, but did it anyway. And then you have that like mini anxiety attack on the way. You're like, oh, my therapist is about to judge me. I'm gonna have to hear about myself on this one. And instead it's like, nope, hop into the Zoom and just jump right into that pool.
Let's get right into it.
It might be cold, but you're gonna have to do it.
Let's get right
just
into
tell
it.
her.
Yeah. Therapy is good, y'all. Therapy is
It's wonderful.
Yeah. Works magic.
Oh, it does. Like my therapists are always like, do you need us? And I'm like, no, I do. Because I know what's going on. Help me not do that though. Because I know what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. I need help stopping doing it. And they were like, okay, we see where your issues are. And the thing is, with therapy, there's so many different types of therapy. Yeah. And I think people don't realize that. I think they're just like, oh no, like I go there, I sit, I talk, and then someone gives me meds. And it's like, no.
Yeah, it's not.
Not necessarily.
Yeah.
I've had different therapeutic approaches. Some are just, hey, come sit and talk to me. Yeah. And some are like cognitive behavioral therapy, thought stopping, which is what helped me. Word. Because my mind will go crazy. My mind will go in 8 million different directions, and then my thoughts are all over the place. And so it's taking that moment to step back and be present in yourself and say, why am I feeling this way? Here's why I'm feeling this way. Can I fix it? No. So what are we going to do about it?
What's next?
I got to give it to God.
Yeah,
like,
There you go, Chief.
That's where my faith and my therapy intersect. Like, I have it tattooed on me because that was something my grandmother always said was let go and let God. And I was like, I got to do it. Yeah. That's all I can do sometimes. Yeah. Let it go to him and say I'm good.
Yeah. Sometimes it's a little harder than
it is. It is because I'm
practice.
Stubborn and controlling. Yeah.
My pastor said everything that he gave to God got claw marks on it. Yeah. Because we try to
and then
we try to hold on.
Back.
Come on, man.
And then it's like, God's like, you can't take stuff back from me. You either give it to me or you keep it. But I'm warning you, don't keep it.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you. God is the greatest.
Okay. So we're talking about dropping this EP by the end of the year.
Yeah.
We gonna perform any of that anywhere before it drops? Got any Ray Singleton performances coming up?
I will actually be hosting Friday Night Live. It is an event that my brother L. Lambert puts on. It's gonna be at Beauregard's. 3030 Freedom Drive. So Chaos Shay is the featured artist.
Beauregards.
Yeah, it's on Freedom Drive. I think it's an older spot, but they bought it and turned it into something else. It's real dope space. Okay. Live band. Ooh. I performed there last week for my birthday. Okay. So I'll be hosting there, and I could potentially do a song or two. Okay. I actually from my wife's funeral, a song that's going to be on that EP is called "Sent from God," and it's about God sending me an angel, and I got it literally engraved on a plaque that was up at her funeral. So I got that at the house now. So
back to it. Mm-hmm. So you got music coming out at the end of the year. Yep. You're going to be hosting every Friday?
No, so just this Friday. Okay. Elle will be traveling out of town, and he called me up and, hey man, can you do me a favor? So let's do it.
Sweet deal.
Absolutely. I love being on stage and having a microphone in my hand. So I'm also getting into the public speaking space. Oh. Yeah, I had the opportunity to go to a boot camp called Impact 11 is the name of the community. It's a community of professional speakers along with speaking bureaus, people who are in charge of literally hiring and getting speakers out there. So we use our story, my story, to continue to impact people. I just got back from Winston-Salem State. I was speaking to a group of cancer survivors there. I'll be at a mental health convention in June. Another one in Charleston, men's symposium talking about life after life. So want to get into that space as well. Yeah, I'm hustling, man.
Okay, so what else we got coming out? Because I know y'all had a clothing line.
Yep.
So what are we doing with that now?
So I am completely revamping it. I'm getting the website rebuilt. Guy who did my personal website, he's rebuilding it. Our manufacturer, she's working with us for some new designs. Another one I got coming out says "Love is the Cure" across the front, so that's gonna be one.
Okay, are we still sticking with the vibrant colors?
We can do whatever color we want. Yeah, her personality and all her colors were vibrant, so keep her spirit alive.
Okay, because there is that black-owned watch brand that like all of their watches, and they're in Macy's now.
Okay.
But all of their watches, like they have everything from like neons to pastels. They just released a dragon fruit color scheme.
Okay.
Which is really cool.
All right.
But yeah, so spring break.
Spring break.
SPG
BK. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. They're nice. They've been going all over and doing some big stuff too. Like they're in Macy's across the country. Like I would love to see it because I've always seen you with a nice watch.
Yeah, keep.
And they have some nice watches. I fell in love with their rose gold watch. I've been peeping that one. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna have to get that. I'm gonna have to get that. I'm not even a watch person, and I was like, that watch.
Need
nice.
That one, huh?
That watch is nice.
Okay, yeah, I'm down. I keep something crazy on me.
Anything else you want to say before we end the experience?
Every time I get the opportunity to speak or have a microphone, I try to drive home the fact that life is short. Like I want people to understand that we don't have time to not do the stuff that light us up. We don't have time to focus on the small trivial things. We don't have time to not choose joy because life is just too short. It doesn't matter your race, your color, your creed, your age. You're going to die one day. And with that information, what do you do with it? Do you love on your loved ones a little bit more? Do you forgive people quicker? Are you nicer to people on a daily basis? Are you trying to do something impactful? Because you're not going to make it out of here alive. So whatever you got, whatever you want to do, whatever you got in your mind, go do it because you almost out of here. This is not the last stop. Well,
that was quite an ending. That was alive.
Yeah.
I felt that one. That one hit home. Cause that's what this is. This is me. That's what this whole web series and experience is me saying this is where my joy is. Yeah. And my joy is largely based on the people around me. And so that's what I want to highlight and that's what I want to do. And I'm glad that we got a chance to talk and a chance to talk about all the things that you have going on, from the music to the clothing line to the public speaking to
I'm writing a book too.
The money finding to a book. To a book.
Yeah.
So I mean, you just have countless projects going on, and it's nice to know that you're still finding ways to find your joy.
Yeah.
That is wonderful.
Yeah. Life offers you perspective, and sometimes perspective is expensive. My perspective now cost me love of my life. But it's on the other side of that, I have such peace, I have such joy, I have such happiness because I understand, man. Hey, God chose me for that responsibility. God chose me to now have this joy and this light to go inspire others. Like if I was just a hermit and just kept this all to myself, I wouldn't have opportunities like this. I wouldn't be able to inspire people on the Mental Health Mondays. I just wouldn't be able to do that. So I find my joy and I find peace. Like God chose me to be a very special person. And the only way I get to keep my gift is if I give it away.
Yeah. I have because I give, and I give because I have. Like, yeah. Well, what a way to end it. I don't even know. I don't have words for properly ending this one. I don't think there are words. I am just grateful that we got a chance to do this.
Yeah.
And that we got a chance to sit down and talk, especially about everything that you have going on.
Yeah.
And where you are now, because it's truly a testament to actually just figuring out where your joy is and being grateful for even the less than favorable moments.
Yep. Yep.
So thank you for joining us at Feed the Body. Y'all, this is Ray.
Thank you.
This was Ray.